Hello friend, welcome back to MiniCooper Garage. In this video I would like to show you partially how to remove the front strut on 2006 MiniCooper. And I said partially because you can see I removed a lot of stuff already, because this is not a job I'm doing here. I'm actually replacing clutch on this vehicle, and I don't want to have that strut hanging there on this side, so I would like to show you the very last steps of removing it. And basically, if you want to do something like that, you will probably start with the removing that entire brake assembly. The caliper with the holder, right? Note that it's hanging on the steel hanger. You never let it hang on the brake line. Then obviously you remove the rotor, right? And suddenly there's way much more space here. And you see here on this side are two electric connectors. This is the ABS sensor, which is right behind this plate. There is a small hex screw holding it inside of this assembly, so definitely that needs to be disconnected. And this is the sensor for the wear of the brake pads. And this thing you just simply very carefully and slowly pull it off the brake pad. Because you did that, you can disconnect these lines, right, from this strut, and it's one of the things less to be worried about. I can put it here and it's out of the way. In different video, which is about removing the CV shaft, we disconnected, and you can see that this tie rod end, which is for steering, and we also disconnected that lower ball joint. Let me give you a different view of that. I moved the camera again, right? So there are two spots. You can remove it either here or here, where it is connected to the sway bar. I will choose this location. I don't know who was in charge of picking up these nuts, because this is 16 millimeter, right? It's not a very common number, right? And now it got loose, but it's spinning. So you need the number 5 hex to hold that whole thing, and I will continue with loosening it, right? Once again, I hope you can see it, right? And now it keeps coming off. And why am I complaining about that size? Well, I have every single ratcheting wrench, right? I have 15, 14, 17, right? All of them. It will be so easy. The nut will be off already, but the only size which is missing is the 16, right? It's unusual. It's not very common size to be used, so now it takes a little bit longer to take it off. And the nut is finally off, so it should be very easy, and it is, right? You saw it, very easy to disconnect these two parts. And looking around here, you can see everything is really disconnected down here. So what I will do, I will put this lower ball joint back in that arm, so the whole thing is supported, right? And I will actually move up working in the engine bay. So now the Mini is down on the floor level and we will be working up here. I will be removing these 3 bolts. In the case there is any play in those holes, I will mark that exact fitment of the nuts, because I don't want to be doing any extra procedures like going for a alignment, right? I'm paying, let's say, $80 for that. And this marks will make sure I will put it in exactly same spot. These 3 nuts are 13 millimeters size. Let's see if such a small impact can take them off. Okay. You see the battery is low. Fully charged battery. Now I will making sure that it doesn't drop, right? So you have to be careful. Maybe grab it because the whole strut is heavy. Of course we said we put it in the lower arm, but let's to be careful. Alright, so it give up immediately, right? The new battery had easy time dealing with it. Now the lower arm is holding it for me. Okay, camera is in the new place. I can lift it up, right? And I can disconnect it using my foot. And here we go, my friend. The entire part is nicely out and ready for either more work or just being put aside. Excellent. Just few details. Having it in my hand, I can feel a play in this top part, right? So I know I had no problems with it. It wasn't making any noise, but there is a play. Another note for you. These springs are rated for different tension, right? So this is a green one, but you can buy different colors and that will make the suspension either harder or softer. Let me show you that whole assembly in the detail, right? This is the top. The spring strut continues here, and this is the bolt which holds the strut tube to that steering knuckle, right? This is where it's attached together. This is what you saw previously, right? And that was that lower ball joint here. And here is that wonderful opening which it created, right? Removing it. And I'm sure you will agree with me, it will be way easier removing that transmission for that clutch job. I hope you find this video helpful. There's something what you can learn from it, right? The procedures or location of the components. If you liked it, please give it thumb up and totally make sure you are subscribed, because I have way more videos coming your way soon. Thank you for watching, my friend, and see you later.